Hello there, it is Beefy again. And this video is going to be a little different because it is a drawing of a group of characters instead of just one. And again, this is going to be a two-parter video, which I understand I don't have the best track record for. Funny story, the other two-part video that I did, which was supposed to be a gift for my cousin and his friend and their gaming channel, I recorded that, left it for a couple days, and then went back to the Paint Tool side file and then realized that I could no longer open the file. So I can't actually ever finish that piece. So anyways, this is, as you can probably see by now, most of these characters, they are some kind of furry. I will freely admit that. I will not, however, say that I am a furry, because I am not. I only recently made this storyline. It started out with the two characters on the far right in junior high when I was dared by one of my best friends to make furry versions of the two of us. So I did that. I came back like 4 years later and turned them into actual characters. But from the way that I see it, this storyline takes place in kind of a modern world, except there are kind of medieval style class systems. Like there's a lot more like royalty and dukes and duchesses and lords, and I guess there is technically like a common people and a lower system, but it's not like bad. It's just like, hey, these people aren't royalty, so therefore they are the normal people. So I'm gonna go through these characters kind of from right to left, because that's kind of in the order that I created them. So on the far right, you got Jasper, and he's kind of a goat man. He's pretty nice. He is the only one out of this group of friends that is of the commoner class. He works 2 part-time jobs in fast food restaurants, one at a beachfront and one at a mall. He absolutely loves food. Pretty much anytime he wears a t-shirt, it will be something with a food pun on it, because that's just the kind of man he is. He's a little bit of a dumbass. I love him for it though. He is best friends with the girl next to him, Miju. They have been friends since they were little kids, and they view each other as siblings. There's like absolutely nothing romantic there. And he gets along really well with Miju, but her parents not so much. Miju's mother does not like him because he is not of a royal class, but her father's alright. Her father's just kind of like, oh, Jasper? Oh, that cool kid? Yeah, he's a pretty nice boy. He's a nice young lad. So they get along pretty well. Next is Miju. She is a cat girl. She is based partially off of a Sphinx cat and a mountain lion. She does come from a royal family. She is the cousin to the current king in the story, which is her older cousin. Her mother is a very traditional figure. She doesn't embrace modern lifestyle often, whereas Miju does. Miju doesn't spend a lot of time in her family home because she's a little embarrassed that she is of royal blood, technically. And her dad is just kind of, he's a little clueless. He just kind of goes along with whatever his wife thinks is best, but he really has a heart of gold. He's a good guy. And the guy that she kind of has her arm around, that is Cassidy, and I will get to him soon. Miju is a tiny bit of a stoner. She does the weed. She does the 420. But yeah, she's just real chill. She has 2 tattoos. One on her kind of in between her shoulder and her chest, which is a couple of sprout leaves, and the other is on her right arm, upper arm, and it is a cactus, just because she likes plants and she loves any kind of those cactus or olive shades of green. And she does embrace her family quite often. She understands that eventually she is going to have to take place as her cousin's cousin, kind of take that higher up place in life, but for now she's just living her best life. Next is Cassidy. He's a rabbit boy. He seems stuck up, but in reality he's just really shy, and he's more used to being only around his family and the people that his family lets around him, because they are very traditional. He comes from a lord's family, and he's very tied up in making his parents happy. He does anything that will make them happy. Cassidy and Miju are technically in an arranged marriage. They have been since they were in elementary school. But over time, as they grew up knowing that they were in an arranged marriage, they actually started to fall in love, which is really sweet. Unfortunately, they're both too embarrassed to do anything about it, so Miju is essentially like, oh, we're gonna get married anyway, so even if he doesn't fall in love with me, I'll be fine, I'll support him in whatever he does, whereas Cassidy is just like, oh no, I'm too caught up in making my family happy to realize that I actually love Miju, and oh no, what if she doesn't like me back, and what if she wants to break this off? And speaking of that, his parents absolutely hate Jasper, because his parents seem to think that Jasper wants to break up the marriage, even though he's totally chill with it. And for a while that keeps Cassidy from becoming friends with Jasper. So yeah, there's that. He spends most of his times homeschooled and training. Next is Shirley. She is a ferret girl. She's very sweet. She dreams of being a library archivist, and should that fail, she wants to become a monk. She prefers solitude, but she does have some very close friends, mainly Cassidy and the Batgirl, Bev. She's modest and shy, but she only became friends with Cassidy because her mentor said she has to, but they grow to be good friends. She loves books and writing, and she has a very small crush on Miju's cousin, the king, but that's not something that will ever, pan out for her at all. And last but not least is the Batgirl, Beverly. It's short for Beverale, but she's not ashamed of the name, she just thinks that Bev sounds cooler. She's a big ol' lesbian. She was sent away by her parents to live with her aunts because her parents thought that she was being kind of a problem child, but essentially as soon as she got there, her aunts were like, hey, as long as you don't get yourself hurt, we're chill with absolutely whatever you do. So her aunts are kind of problem children too, so she lives with her aunts. Her life goal is to get Cassidy and Shirley out of their shells, and she became friends with Jasper kind of out of convenience to help get Miju and Cassidy together. Legally, she is Cassidy's advisor, because that's what her family historically was. They were advisors to Cassidy's family. And she's pretty chill. She has kind of a big personality, and she just loves being kind of big and loud and boastful. From what I'm thinking is that Shirley and Bev meet Miju through Cassidy because, of course, being that they have an arranged marriage, they have to spend kind of a certain amount of time together, legally. But yeah, they all become kind of a weird group of friends. And I've got a minute left to record on this, so yeah, I'll hopefully get to do a second part to this sometime, and hopefully it won't break and not let me finish the image. So yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen. Have a chill day and enjoy the last half a minute of real quiet music.